Those were the days, right? Remember where you can get a stack of movies for 20 bucks for the weekend? That's if you could find the ones that were actually like in stock. I remember going through all those damn tapes and always being empty in the back. It used to drive me fucking crazy. But with all that being said, like, Blockbuster was absolutely killing it back in the day. Like, couldn't nobody touch them. They pretty much had the market cornered. I mean, there's a couple other local video shops that were cheaper, but if you really wanted to get that full experience with the movies and being able to buy popcorn and Twizzlers and stuff at the counter, like, you're gonna rock with Blockbuster, like, from the get-go. But it's funny, like, they just failed to recognize the future. Back in 2000, they had offered to buy Netflix for $50 million. They declined that because they were stuck in their old business model. And then lo and behold, Blockbuster ends up going to deal with, wait for it, Enron. Remember them?
Enron used to be the 7th largest corporation in the United States, at one point valued at over $70 billion. As of 1997, however, they started losing money and accumulating debt. Instead of admitting their mistakes and making changes, Enron executives decided to hide the losses through accounting tricks because they didn't want the Enron stock price to go down.
Soccer popper, more fun than a pillow fight. Blow 'em up.
Wanted to do a deal with them that was going to end up costing them actually more than it would have cost to just buy Netflix straight up. And it was funny though, even though the deal was with Enron and both companies ended up going bankrupt eventually, Blockbuster still didn't focus on the streaming on demand because basically the deal with Enron was gonna build them a Netflix basically. Great idea, right? But Blockbuster really wasn't sold on it. They just kind of dipped their toes in and they're just gonna use it as an additional revenue model instead of going all in on it. You know, so they continued to open up new stores and they were stuck in their model, which is a given, was an amazing model. Literally, they would just buy movies and games at a bulk rate for a massive discount and then charge people to rent them out. When they couldn't rent them out anymore, they would sell them. So, you know, they were making tons of money, like billions of dollars, right? So they just kept them stuck into their old model. And really, the message for today is evolve or die. You know, that's something I say all the time. You know, Blockbuster is just a little case study that I like to research to find out exactly what happened to them. It wasn't just Blockbuster. You got Circuit City. You know, you got CDs and DVDs. You have all these different companies and mediums of distribution that ended up disappearing because they were afraid to embrace the future. So just think of your life that way. You know, a lot of times when new technologies come out, or whether that's coming from a flip phone to, you know, to an iPhone or whatever, people are afraid to embrace it and they get left behind. You know, everything goes to it, whether that's being afraid to use a computer, then next thing you know, you can't even pay your light bill because you failed to use a computer because you decided that, oh, it was too tough, you know, you're not of that generation or whatever. Like, that's just an excuse. You got to keep up with the times if you really want to get ahead, and so you can be proactive and not reactive to a lot of these things. It's just like the people that went and voted for the current president of the States right now. You know, they were stuck in the past. People are sitting there thinking, oh, you know, our jobs are going to come back. You know, that factory job is going to make its way back to my small town. But what they didn't understand, it wasn't illegal immigrants that took your jobs. It was innovation that took those jobs away. And innovation doesn't go backwards. It only goes forward. You know, so you can see that stuff coming ahead of time. You can kind of align yourself with the right companies and the right partners to get ahead, or even if you as an individual, you can start working on it and start taking those classes before it becomes ubiquitous. Like I look at my great uncle, who's shit, I'm pretty sure he's probably in his late 70s, 80s by now, but when the internet and all this stuff first came around with AOL and whatnot, like he was all over it. He embraced it with open arms, and now he doesn't have a problem at all getting around in his life. And he was one of the rare people I've seen to adopt that technology straight away. And the message for today is evolve or die. You're never too old to learn something new.
No, look at the monkey.
Did it capture? Why did it didn't say? I put it on capture.